Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge. We good money. I am that I am.
Oh, here
Chris
we go.
James, Stephen Michael, and this is an Application of Knowledge podcast. Welcome back to another week of some fun and some real good conversation.
Real good conversation.
If only you could see what happens before the camera starts.
Is that a pun?
What?
Some real good conversations?
Nah, man. It's
Okay.
some real good conversations, man.
You know what I'm talking about, Steve?
I mean,
Nope, Steve don't get it either.
What are you talking about?
Instagram Reels. Real good conversation.
Oh!
It's bars and you don't even know it.
bars.
Look. Man, that's some
Bars.
real good conversation. I like
we
that.
were just talking about that too.
I like that, man. Okay, all right. I want to ask you all a question. I have a question. I have a...
Straight to it this week, huh?
Oh, straight to it, man.
I've heard that's how you like it.
Hey, you know what?
No foreplay, just straight to action.
I mean, because last time that I asked y'all, how y'all week went,
it was a whole
30-minute section. So I just go, you know what? I'm not gonna ask them nothing.
Well, my week was good to a certain point.
I'm not gonna ask these cats nothing.
I had a great week.
I'm not gonna ask y'all nothing about your week.
I mean,
in the beginning,
even when you fall, you learn. You know what I'm saying?
you feel
You know what I'm
me?
saying?
And you got did I fall?
Huh?
Did you fall?
Oh,
You fell?
I took a little L this week.
Oh!
Little L or okay.
No.
I'm about to say, yeah, I need a band-aid.
He was skating. He took
Band-Aid.
an L.
Been skating without us. You know what I mean? But okay, I have a situation.
Okay.
Well, not a situation, but okay, check this out.
Is the situation about you?
Should I? No.
Let's talk about it.
It's always going to be, if he's going to bring it up.
It's just a scenario.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's keep it.
Keep it funky.
Let me keep it 100. All right. It's my scenario. It's a scenario that happened, but I won't. The person who's watching this, they'll know. They'll know.
Are they gonna? Do they watch?
I don't know.
Hey, listen.
But what? Hey, who cares?
How? Depends on. I don't know. Depends on the situation.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know. But
Names will be concealed or
there
altered
will be
to
no
protect
name,
the
and y'all won't
victims.
even know who this person is.
Okay.
You know. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm.
Oh, here we go. Just cut this whole part out.
Yeah. Actually, no.
Oh my God!
Okay. Because I didn't want y'all to know that it was personal. Because I want to get an honest opinion. I don't want you to filter yourself.
I have no problem
through
getting an
you.
honest opinion.
Come on, bro.
I'm just saying. I want you all to give me a straight 100, even if it's against whatever I feel is the right thing.
It's
Oh,
how
that's
we
perfect,
always rock.
Because right now, the way I feel,
I know.
I have no problem giving you my.
Steve's
my
on demon
absolute
time.
feedback.
All right, here. All right.
I'm on demon time.
All right, here it is. So,
Demon time. Demon time.
you all right, man? You all right? All right. So check it. Boom. I went to a comedy comedy club, and I went to go see Godfrey. Shout out to Godfrey. He's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. The one I didn't get invited to. I remember that one.
Wait, this is recent?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get invited to this either.
Oh, I wasn't inviting you.
Oh, this was during this time.
I was not inviting you.
Oh, this is during this time.
I made a conscious effort not to invite you. I said, no, I'm not. It's not happening. But yes, this was.
But I must have got caught up in the quicksand. I didn't get invited either.
But we're good now.
Oh, we good now.
I get invited to the next one?
Oh, yeah, I invited you yesterday.
Hey, why
but
you-
what happened?
Uh-oh, here we go.
What happened?
Ding, ding, ding.
All right.
You said you want.
We can talk about that later.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I want to.
Hey, man, I heard about that. Don't blame it on
I'm
me.
just saying. Okay.
All right, we'll get to that.
All right. So, went to the comedy club. It was me, the person I came with, Anthony, and his lady. And
I thought you said no names.
I mean, Anthony's the homie. Who cares?
Okay, all right, cool.
And he, the person that I came with, they were late. Let me. I guess I should preface this. This person is a friend, a legit just friend.
Is it a female?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a legit
No such thing.
platonic
friend.
So
It
not
just means
someone
they haven't had
Not
sex yet.
someone
That's
I'm
all.
Okay.
dating,
All right.
no physical, whatever. And
You're not on demon time with her.
no demon time. I mean, but
Okay.
granted, I guess there's a backstory about that. But we don't get into that. We don't get into all that.
Maybe old demon time.
I mean, unless y'all want to get into it. But
I mean, I'm
we don't have to
saying.
get into it. Yeah, I mean, but okay. So this person was late. And, Godfrey was already up. Oh, no. A comedian was already up about time.
Okay.
But, I mean, the area was like, it's busy and she's not familiar with the area. Whatever. And so we enjoyed the show. After the show, later that night. Well, she ended up going out to, wherever she wanted to go with her friends. And then I went to Cidercade or whatever. And boom, that was the end of that night. And then so the next night, we messaged and, so how was your night and all that stuff? Cool. And she was telling me like, hey, I felt bad for being late. And she looked up a place. She was like, hey, I feel bad for being late. I want to make it up to you type thing. And then she was like, I have this place that we can go next weekend. And it was like a vegan restaurant. And I was like, oh, okay. But this was along the time that we were talking about Houston.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, that sounds like a really good idea. Let me check and see my schedule because I might be going out of town that weekend. So let me just double check whatever. And then she said, okay, well, let me know. And I said, bam, cool. Then, I go about my day. We're doing the podcast, obviously, so I can't respond or anything like that. Or she can't. We're not communicating. And then so after we finish the podcast, we talk about like, yo, what we doing for Houston? I called you back there. Bam. And I say, okay, we're not doing Houston that week. We're all good. We can, we can go, whatever. And then later, her response is, oh yeah, I ended up making plans with someone else at that anyway. But I'll give you the address so you can visit it at your leisure or whatever. And then I said, that's fucked up. Like, I wasn't mad, because we're just friends or whatever, but I'm just like, that's fucked up. I said, it doesn't seem genuine. I said, you asking me if we want to go to a vegan restaurant. I'm a vegan, obviously. It doesn't seem like it's a genuine thing if you immediately just, several hours later within our conversation, you set up something with someone else in that particular spot or even going to that particular restaurant. And I'm just like, that's fucked up. Like you don't make plans and me check my skills and make sure I can do it. And then immediately, when I check back, you say, oh yeah, I made plans with someone else. And I was just like, that's fucked up. And then she was like, I mean, I guess it'd be better to go verbatim, so I'm just not remembering, right?
Got the receipts.
Got to do the deets.
My man got the receipts.
Got to do the deets.
I didn't know what deets were for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Details.
I know what they are now.
Oh. Crispy, he lives under a rock sometimes.
Oh, bro.
Okay. She was like, oh, I'll send you the name of the place so you can check it out at your leisure. And she said, I already made plans with someone to check it out since you said you might be traveling. And, and I put the, the well down. I'm like,
Right.
All right.
Right.
And then she said, when someone says, I'll see, let me check my schedule, or I'm not sure, I move on. No biggie. I just don't wait around.
5 minutes?
What?
It was context, not 5 minutes. It was a few hours.
It doesn't matter. It's not even a day.
Let me check my schedule.
This is
Here we go.
This is
Actually frustrating me. Well, plus what I just went through is
it's the tox.
But I guess keep in mind that she's a platonic friend.
That doesn't mean
matter.
anything.
All right.
Like this could be
is there more? Or is it?
I mean, no, because I explained this basically and because I told her, I said, hi, it's all good. This is fucked up. I said, but it's all good. And then she said, you fucked up or I did? And I'm just like, no one fucked up. I said, no one's fucked up. I said, but if someone is checking to make sure they aren't doing something on a particular day to accommodate something that you had in mind a week later, then once they confirm that they are available the same day, You respond with, I made plans with someone else instead. And I said, that's just fucked up. I said, it's not a genuine invite.
You didn't even give me a chance.
And then her response was, not a genuine invite. Okay. And then I'm just like, no, it's not. Like, there's nothing genuine about making plans with a specific person and then later saying I made plans with someone else, but I'll give you the information to a place so you can go on your own. I said it's not anything that's taken personal or anything. I'm just looking at it for what it is. You know? And then her response was, I actually felt bad for being late. So I searched up vegan food, found the best one, and invited you. Your exact words. Let me see what's happening this weekend. Followed by, you might be traveling. You aren't sure, so I move on. We're just friends. I don't have to wait around for you to for your schedule to clear.
Oh, wow.
I offend you to send you the restaurant name. I offered to send you the restaurant name anyway because I found it for you. You know, and you can say that the plan fell through or I moved too fast, but not genuine. I disagree with. I didn't have to search for vegan food or invite you, but I did. And it's all good on me because I know your ass is sensitive or something.
She said that to you?
Yeah, because I said it's all good. Like, we're good. Like, this, I'm not, you know. No, I'm not being sensitive about this because I didn't feel anything personal about it. I'm just literally observing the situation for what it is. And granted, we're not like, we recently just met.
None of that matters.
Right. Yeah.
None of that needs to be said. I don't care if I met you yesterday. You're like, that speaks to clearly she's damaged goods. Regardless of if, you know what I'm saying, like
friend or whatever.
Friend, you just
who needs
coworker,
a friend like that?
Like, that is a result of her inviting guys out or whatever, them saying, oh, let me check my schedule, but what they were really saying is, nah, I don't want to go with you.
Right.
So instead of understanding that people are individuals, she just places that blanket on every guy, likely, and just says, oh, when a guy says that, it just means that they're not interested or they don't want to do it. In order to protect herself and whatever, you know, she just instantly says, oh, I'll just move on. Because if he says, no, I'm not available, then I don't have to feel bad. I already have plans. And also it's manipulative because what she's trying to do is condition you to believe that when she asks you to do something, you have to answer right then and there. So she's also trying to condition you to act a certain way or interact with her a certain way. It's manipulative and it's clearly she's damaged.
Bruh, this is trash. This is trash. I'm not gonna explain my part as well as Chris did because you know, once again, I'm emotionally charged by a situation yesterday, but this is absolute garbage. And then for her to try to manipulate and swing it back on you and just to say, well, when people say that they have to think about it or they're going to need to check their schedule, I just move on. And it's the same day. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even give me, I'm sorry. I don't just sit around and do nothing. I have a life. I do things. I have businesses. I have a schedule. I legit need to check my schedule.
Yeah.
Yes, we were talking about going out of town, so you needed to make sure, hey, is this the weekend? So you're not relying on your own personal information. You're not literally looking at your 9 to 5. Oh, no, I'm good. Right? Because that's normal people checking their schedule. You have a lot going on. You had to make sure, hey, Chris, is this good? Is this the weekend? Da, 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 da. Right? You legit check your schedule. And then for her to then say, well, yeah, I've moved on. I've decided to make plans with someone else.
That's like,
how dare you?
The same day.
How dare you? Like, bruh, I mean, for me, like, friend, girlfriend, I don't care. I don't need that type of person in my life.
Right.
You're not, and to turn it on you, she took one thing, because she said, well, if you say it was too fast, or if you said that I should have waited, but to say it's not genuine,
yeah.
Like, and then to say, well, your ass is sensitive, yo, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like, that's crazy.
That is a horrible attitude.
Yeah.
A horrible attitude. I'm not going to assume, but I bet you she's single. And I bet you she's been single for a while. Or if she gets in relationships, they're 3 months. Like,
crazy.
That type of attitude See, here's the thing too, because I don't want people to think, oh, y'all jumping the gun. We do this for a living. Like, we talk to people, we interact with people. We have professional certifications in this type of knowledge base. So we can look at a situation and dive much deeper.
Right.
This is super surface level, but it speaks to greater damage that's there that is not even on her wavelength.
That's not normal. Like, bro, that's not normal. Like, who thinks? Like, that's how trauma works, right? You don't think normal, right? You have when it comes to thought processes, there's a chain of how things work. And and at the beginning of that chain, you have your conditioning, so how you've grown in your life, and then you have the filter, so you have life experiences. So the things that you've been through in your life and the things you've experienced, then continue to change the way that your mind works and your thoughts, right? And then there's multiple things, there's multiple steps that change the way that you think. And then when it comes to the output, so where someone else would see this, that's where she says, well, when someone says X, Y, and Z, which is here at the beginning, you said, I have to look at my schedule. That word or that phrase went through this thought process, and then out came for her, oh, he doesn't want to hang out with me. Whatever she actually thought, I'm just going to move on, right? There's something broken in that process of thought. Yeah. And this is not right. And this is when that conversation of hurt people, there's hurt in her process and her thinking. There's something here that needs fixed. And you say that it didn't bother you, you didn't take it personal, cool, right? If it doesn't bother you, great. You know what I'm saying?
I like to consider, I like to look at things from both sides. So that's the only way. I'm just like,
it still bothers.
It was like my immediate reaction when I saw this. I was just like, this is fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
And then me saying that and expressing that and breaking down why I felt that way and hearing her response, I'm just like, you don't see this?
No, because her thought process is messed up. There's something broken in this process.
And that's why I'm just like, I said, this will make perfect a top. I said, this is going to be a podcast topic.
It's
because I'm just like, I'm not in this entire situation. I always try to find out what I possibly could have done wrong or what I could have done better. But I'm just like, I'm an honest and open person. So in this situation, I don't see anything of, oh, this isn't genuine. I looked up the definition of genuine. I was like,
oh, wow.
No, this ain't genuine. I said, this is not genuine. This is not genuine. I was like, I know the definition of genuine, and this is not genuine. And the fact that was the word that you saw, instead of just saying, hey, you can't even acknowledge how fucked up this is.
She didn't even acknowledge how you felt. She instantly went defense, right? So she instantly went to the defensive, and she didn't even acknowledge how you felt. So this is poor communication, right? If someone comes to you and they say, listen, well, this is messed up, right? I don't like this. Well, then you say, okay, well, why, right? You start to have a dialogue, and then you start to look at it from both ways. She could have responded, because I don't want to say should, because, we shouldn't. Should is a word essentially we shouldn't be using. Anyway, so she could have responded with, wow, you know what? You're probably right. I didn't realize how that could affect you, and I do apologize. I usually make these decisions because of things that I've done in the past or things that I experienced, and I've had people then just not show up, or they wait till the last minute to tell me.
But keep in mind, we're just platonic friends.
It doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
And the fact that the funny thing is, like, she mentioned that in her little message,
right?
And I said that actually makes it even worse.
It makes it worse. This is how you treat your friends?
Like, if we're literally just friends, and the funny thing is, most people can't separate the two. I can, because I've grown up and have literal friends that are girls, went to their weddings and all that stuff, met the husbands, and they know me. I'm like the brother or whatever. I can legit separate that.
Yeah.
If I go into a situation, I understand it. Like, I immediately become unattracted to you.
Right.
Immediate. I have that valve where I can just shut it off. There's no attraction or anything. And for her to mention that, I guess she assumes or thinks that I have these feelings, maybe. if we're just platonic friends,
it's not something
she's
that
so
needs
hurt.
to be stated.
Yeah.
It's all-
I don't
she's
interact
on the
with y'all and be like, it doesn't matter. We're just friends anyway.
Right.
Like
even worse.
what? Not to mention, like let's really look at the logical part of this. The whole point of you saying, let me check my schedule is so that you don't make plans and then break them.
Right.
Because all people do this. All people do this. My experience has been with women because I go on dates with women. But women do this in such a demonic way. Like the things that I have experienced when it comes to making plans with women and the way they treat your time like it is a Sega Genesis, a plaything, it is demonic, bro. Like it is so evil.
And I'm sure men do this too.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
But obviously we don't date men.
I don't date men, so I don't know. I'm just talking about women because that's my experience. I know men do it as well. But what I'm saying is people shouldn't do it to each other, period.
Right.
But what I've experienced with women, because I've never had male friends do anything even close to what women have done to me.
Yeah, friends.
And the crazy thing about it is I am a really good person. Like, I do not do evil things to people. Yeah. I'm not rude to people unnecessarily. Like, basically what I'm saying is women who have done this to me, I've never done anything to them to warrant that. Not even close. Like, it is insane what they will do and be completely okay with it.
Like, I don't see the problem.
Like,
what was the issue?
What does it matter? Like, what goes on in y'all's brains? Like,
what's that? They think they are. I guess they deserve it, or it should be automatic, or we should automatically just succumb to how they feel, and our feelings don't matter.
I think that's part of the culture now, where this is women are in charge. They're independent. They're the boss. Everything is catering to them. And men are supposed to cater to them as well. And to a certain degree, right, men do cater to women. But in that situation, it's just like, bro, like I'm a human. Like, and if we're talking, we're getting to know each other, we're working as equals in this sense. Like, don't just waste my time and pretend like it's nothing. Like, that's extremely frustrating. And, once again, I am.
So I'm not bugging then.
No,
I'm not bugging because I was waiting for you to get me, man.
I will say this.
I can't. Nah, I'm on your side, man. I can't.
I will say this as well, and this is me being objective. Most people do not value their time. So what it shows me when someone does that to me is, oh, you don't value your time. Your time is worthless. That's the only way, because real recognize real. If I'm a business person, or if I'm just a really organized person, or I just have a lot of stuff going on, you value your time because you don't have just this infinite abundance. There's only 24 hours in a day.
Right.
So you value your time different, which means you have a different respect for other people's time. So as I'm really thinking about this, I think Mel said it was, or Steve, I'm not sitting around. Like,
right.
What is just sitting around?
I'm not just chilling.
Like, I never, unless I literally have to schedule time for me to just sit around. Mm-hmm. Like, that's weird, but I do. I have to, because you got to rest. But, they don't value their time.
Yeah. I mean, can I say about my?
Oh yeah. So how was your experience? Go ahead.
How was your experience?
Tell us about your experience on the day. I invited you out to a EDM concert. You know what I mean?
Okay. Why are you getting all salty about that?
Am I getting salty about it? I'm not getting salty.
Look at your face. Okay.
I'm not salty.
Okay. All right.
Because I had a blast.
Okay. I'm glad you had fun. I didn't.
I had a good ass
Okay.
time.
Great. I'm glad you did.
Let's tell the people why it was those before bros.
Okay. Oh wow, you're terrible. So let's start off by first saying this is how you would, or would genuinely talk about if someone invites you to something. You invited me out to a concert.
Right.
I previously scheduled to go out with a girl on a date previously to to go out.
Right.
You said, hey, listen, if you want to go, right, here's the link. You can buy a ticket, yada, yada, yada. I said, cool. I'll look.
Yeah,
right.
sent it at the beginning of the week.
Okay, well, we had plans prior to that because of what happened the week prior with the girl, which I'll talk about.
Yeah,
right.
I'm
So
sure.
I said, okay, cool. Like I'll look that yada yada yada. I let you know prior. Hey, listen, probably not gonna be able to go because I have plans.
Which I respect.
Right, and I let you know. I didn't just you know what I'm saying. No, I know, but you.
Look, you're salty. Look.
Okay, anyway, so I told Mel that I had to go. I was going out with this girl, and he was like, "Listen, man, well, we don't go out too often. You should really come to this. It's going to be a really good thing." And I'm like, "I know, man, but here's the thing. I met this girl online, and she was one of those girls that said, listen, I want to get to know you. I want to be friends with you before we go out, and I like to just take my time and see what happens." And I've invested like 5 months into this.
Oh,
right?
Lord.
We've talked. She wasn't. Yeah, man. It's yes.
Oh, if you would have told, you already know.
Yeah,
you didn't tell me on purpose.
And it wasn't like we were sitting there like
doesn't
He had his
matter.
hopes up for something that was never going to happen.
Hey man, can I tell the story?
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying,
The
like,
people don't know, man.
it doesn't matter if y'all talked every day, every other day, or once a week for 5 months. I would have addressed.
Well, here's
that.
the thing. I stopped talking to her for about 2 months during that time, right? And then during that time, she would still like my posts. She would comment on stuff. I stopped following on her Instagram, like following her. Like I muted her stories and her comments and all this stuff. I muted all her stuff, so I don't want to see it.
So if a girl likes your pictures, is that cute for you to think that she digging me?
I mean,
Do you feel that?
she liked everything. Like
Well,
people.
But if she likes your pictures, does that make you feel like she's digging me? She likes me,
No,
or
not-
does she? Is it just? Or do
It's
you view it?
well, you mean
liking
just
the
in
picture?
general? Because in general, no. Like it depends on the situation.
But it's a girl that you like. So if a girl that you likes your picture, her liking it will mean more to you.
It
You
would-
would view it
100%.
differently.
I would view it differently, yes, because I like her. It's not. I'm not looking at it like she likes me. It's just like if someone gives you a compliment, right? If I gave you a compliment, a girl that you like can give you the same compliment and it's going to hit different.
Hold on. Maybe it may be
If-
because I really don't care about what people have to say. It's good to hear it.
I said a girl that you like.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is like, because I've been in
Mel's mind works differently.
I've been in
Difference
situations.
is
I've been in
weird.
situations like, yes, it's good to hear those compliments, but whether it's good or bad, I don't allow that to affect me because I like and feel what I wear. Period.
It's not about what you wear. Maybe it's about something you said. Maybe it's about something you did. Maybe
But
it's
typically,
about,
if you're being liked on a picture, it's not what you said; it's what the picture is.
okay, I was talking about just a compliment. So I mean, well, just in general. But I'm okay. Well, to answer your question, yes. If I get compliments all the time, they're from people I don't know. Right? If you compliment me, I don't know you. To me, it's like thank you.
It kind of makes me feel awkward.
I mean, it's like thank you. I mean, okay, but if it is a compliment from a girl that I think is attractive, and she says, "Hey, you look really good," I'm gonna be like, "Hey, thank you." I take it differently.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a Steven.
No, I
thing.
feel you. It's
You
not-
know,
No, that's just a no. Mel doesn't think.
Mel's the odd one out.
yeah,
but,
I mean,
but no, but yeah. So, but I don't assume she likes me, but I definitely take it different. Did I answer your question?
I feel you.
Okay.
It's the same thing with women. If a guy comes up to a woman and says, "Yo, you look bad today," and he's attractive to her, she's all a flutter.
Yeah.
If he's a homeless dude, it's like, "Ew, get away from
yeah.
me."
Yeah.
So-
it's a normal thing. So, but anyway, long story short, I've invested time, and I do not like. And typically, if a girl says to me like, "Yeah, I just want to talk, I want to be friends, and to see how things go," it's an instant red flag because of these situations. And I should have trusted my gut, but I didn't. So. Previously, we were supposed to go out months and months ago. She canceled on me last minute, right? And after I'd already gotten ready and stuff, she canceled on me. So then I'm like, all right, well, let's just see what happens. So then a few weeks ago, we were supposed to go see Batman.
Batman.
And then it was Sunday and we were supposed to go, and then I hit her up like, hey, I'm getting ready, yada, yada, yada. Like, just want to make sure we're still good. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it. Da, da, da. Canceled on me. I said, all right. I really don't like that, because what if I never hit you up, right? I would have just gone and you would have never said anything.
And
Nope.
Okay.
Right? So then I go to Batman. I watch the Batman movie or whatever.
By yourself?
Because I wanted to go see the movie.
So how can you ask one of your homies?
Because it
Damn,
was
Spider-Man,
already
when Spider-Man came out. All right, go ahead.
it was already in motion. The movie's gonna start in 30 minutes. I'm just confirming, hey, I'm getting ready. I'm about to leave. Just want to make sure you're about to leave too, right? This is communication.
She said, nah.
And then she says, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just going to have to reschedule. That's really, like, were you not going to say anything? You waited for me to say something? So then I go watch the movie. She messages me, oh my gosh, have a great time. Like, after the movie, was the movie good? Did you enjoy it? Like, I didn't respond. I went out skating after that, whatever. The next morning, I said, man, I ain't talking to this girl no more. Man, I ain't talking to her. She made me upset. Like, this is the second time she's canceled on me from the time I've known her. And so then she messages me in the morning. I don't respond, right? And then she messages me again that afternoon. She was like, are you still asleep? Like, where are you at? And I'm just like, hey, how you doing? She was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I actually missed you a little bit. And I'm just like, you're confusing me. Right? So then, whatever, we start talking, and she was like, well, we should do, I'm so sorry, like, we should do something this weekend. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's set something up solid, let's make plans. So we had plans, and then, during this time, she was doing stuff, I was doing stuff. We were supposed to go to dinner. She was like, well, let's just not go to dinner because, one of my family members made food, so let's just not do dinner, let's just go to the spot. And I said, okay, that's fine. So then, come home, I'm working on some pictures. I ended up hitting her up like, hey, what's up? Like, the whole time she was like, well, I'm still in bed. I'm just tired. I'm being lazy. I'm going to get up though. And the whole time I'm like, I already know what's about to happen. I see it happening, but I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to go because that's just me. Right? Because this is my spot anyway. We're going to an arcade. I love the arcade. So we're going to go anyway. So then, as this is progressing.
I like arcades too.
You know what I'm saying? So
I get jiggy with arcades.
This is progressing.
I actually stream actual video games.
Oh, yeah. Find them at Anime Mouth.
I used to go to arcades when I was like 5, when you use quarters.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well, not 5. I was probably like 11 or 12.
Blue Hen Mall.
Yeah.
Blue Hen Mall.
Were they
in
quarters
Delaware
at that time still? Okay.
I was up in Swift and Commons. Swift and Commons back in
Ohio. So then the last message that I get from her, because I said, I'm taking a shower, I'm about to get dressed. The last message I get from her is about 45 minutes before we're supposed to be there was, hey, she said, do you just want to reschedule? Like, and I responded, I had no intention of rescheduling, I'll be there. That was the last message that went through from her to me. And, of course, I ended up going out. She didn't show up, didn't say, hey, sorry I fell asleep, nothing. The next morning, no response. I sent her a message, basically said, I'm out.
Let me understand this real quick. First question. Have you ever met this woman in person?
No.
And y'all have been talking for 6 months.
5, but yes.
He put the extra month on there.
So each time that you went to interact with her, hey, let's meet up, there was an excuse or something that came up and she said no. And it just didn't happen.
Each time that we had plans to actually do something, yes. Okay.
And then, so you having all that in mind, your close friend asks you, hey, hey.
How
no.
This on to you?
I'm asking.
Okay, go ahead.
Your close friend says, hey, because prior to that, we were arguing or talking about you playing me about going skating originally when I said, you know what I mean? You ain't hit me up when we talked about that. Yeah. We know what was that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right, cool. Because usually I just be like, I just say, forget it. I'll just exclude this. I said, nah, I'm going to include. I'm going to change. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to change. I'm changing. You know what I mean? This is growth. And I see you the message, hey, man, You don't even rock with EDM like that, but just, hey, come, enjoy the music. I guarantee you have a good time. Here's the link, get the ticket. And he was like, thank you, or whatever. And, okay. Then, he was like, then we link up and I see you. He was like, hey, I got a little date with a little thing. But you already had those past interactions in mind about this girl.
Okay.
And you still chose her.
Okay.
Over the main man. You know what I mean?
Okay, sound like a personal.
Come on, man.
So you're.
Come on, man.
Listen, you live and you learn, right? I mean, this has never happened to me before. I've never been in this situation, right? I've never been in this situation.
But just like Chris said at the beginning, we study this stuff. We know how people are,
we talked about this,
and even based on all our experience. You was just like, you know what?
Well, I'm also Taurus.
I think that you stubborn. Yes,
I'm stubborn.
I get it.
So
but still, you just like, yeah.
Hey, you know how you've been invested. Like I felt invested. I said I have to see it through.
Hey, we invested, man.
I know, man.
We go back to New York.
I know,
East
man.
Northport, cuz.
I know, man. I was trying to get some buns, man. I think I was just trying to get some buns.
Was they vegan buns?
They wasn't vegan buns.
No vegan buns.
They weren't vegan buns.
They definitely weren't. It's hard to find vegan buns.
I mean, there were so many red flags for me, and this is a very this is on me. You know what I mean? Like she showed me who she was, and I chose to ignore it. She's been showing me the whole time.
Day one.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is part of being emotionally intelligent. I understand this, right? And I'm one that can admit this, right? But she showed me who she was, and I chose not to believe it. I chose to continue to still give that let me see what happens. And you know what? It's on me because she showed me who she was from the beginning. And I chose to think that she was different than who she actually was. And that's on me. And I think a lot of times people do this. Ladies, men will show you who they are, right? They show you they want sex, right? I mean, we see this all the time. Like if a man approaches you and he's already talking like, yo, what's up, girl? You know what I'm saying? Your thing looking right. You know what I mean? What's good? Like, you know
what's
what
up,
I mean?
girl? That thing is looking right.
I mean, this is a common thing that women hear. So if you then talk to him, and then as you talk to him, and he still is consistently slipping in these demon time thoughts and phrases, and you are talking to him, trying to move him off of that, and then you guys go out on a date, a few months later, you end up having sex, and then he ends up not talking to you, whose fault is that? Right?
What's demon time?
It means just like nasty time. I'm on. I know I had to figure that out.
I mean, I think personally, I think it's pretty straightforward when you hear it in context.
Well, when you hear it in context, but if you don't, like, it just means like I had to ask this. Shout out to my homie Alicia because she taught me what Demon Time was. She's a fashion.
I thought it was an app or something.
It's not.
Wait, what? You heard me say it earlier too, didn't you?
Say what?
Demon Time.
Yeah. You didn't know
No, you didn't.
Talking about an app.
Yeah, Demon Time just means when you just want to be.
You think it's a dating app or something?
Yeah, because I heard
Mr.
people,
Nasty Time
compare it to OnlyFans.
Demon Time?
Yeah,
I mean,
Beyonce.
You can be on Demon Time and OnlyFans.
But is that an app, like a platform, right?
OnlyFans?
No, Demon Time.
No.
It could be.
It may be.
It could be.
That's not what it means.
I
thought it was like a YouTube Vimeo type.
No, Demon Time just literally means it's my boys call it my boys call it Mr. Nasty Time. It just means I'm being nasty. That's it. So
why is that demonized?
I don't know. But I like that little devil emoji though. That little purple one. I like him with the little smile.
I like him too.
I used to use
I
him.
don't like him like, yo, that's my dude.
Nah, that's my guy. I use him.
Like, dude, like, what you doing today?
Demon Time. That's what it means.
What's my favorite emoji?
What's your favorite emoji?
My favorite emoji.
Mine's a drool.
It's the smug
I hate
face.
that one, man.
You do?
There's some face I just hate.
It's just like
not hate. Sorry, that's a strong word, but it's like I prefer not to see them. When I see them, I just like ugh.
The drool emoji.
I don't like that one. I don't know. Like
you got some traumas.
I got things that just.
Oh yeah, I know there's some.
What's some?
There's some triggers.
What kind of traumas
the
can I
drooly,
have with
the drooly face is triggering something. I tell you,
it's triggering something. A girl used to use it on you. Now
Possibly.
she broke your heart.
Well, because I see this girl. Here
we go.
It's been a long while since
go.
my heart's been broken.
Well,
it's been How long you been?
I'm ready for a heartbreak, man. I can take one.
Don't say it.
No, I'm not saying that.
No,
Heartbreak is probably one of the one things I would never wish on anybody.
Heartbreak is you get a rhythm of emotions, man.
I don't need a heartbreak, but
you need you need to find something because
why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you.
What I'm saying is that I saw this, right, and I learned, right. I knew what it was going into it, and then I decided I'm still going to pursue it. And at the end of the day, right, I talk and I teach, right, in my coaching, radical responsibility, and this is radical responsibility. I took it hurt in the moment, right, but afterwards I took responsibility for the interaction because she showed me what it was. I chose to continue to still think that she was going to be different or do something different than what she's already shown me. And then when I hit her up, which I was super forward, but still like, hey, listen. I think that it's just time for us to just go our separate ways, yada, yada, yada. Like, I've never had anyone do that to me before. Literally, till I went to a spot and no one showed up.
I think we're too nice.
Well, it wasn't, I mean, I didn't have to be nice. It wasn't being mean about
I need to be a little bit more, I guess, at least towards women. Because when it comes to women, I would let them get away with a lot more things than I would with
you don't let me get away with anything.
Yeah, because I know you. You know what I mean? And if I see some bullshit, I would call some bullshit out. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be mean, right? Because I say stuff. But yes, you don't have to be mean about it.
The thing is, you all know me.
Yeah.
I'm never trying to be mean, but
sometimes
I literally just say exactly how it feels at that moment.
Without
just
no filter
of how the other person would feel.
It's not about a regard. It's how I feel. So I want to express it, and I feel like if I'm holding it back, I'm not being real.
But you're saying you don't do that particularly with women all the time.
With women, well, I'll still do that.
Bella's confused.
No, I still do that, but as far as like giving them chances,
yeah,
like hey, because we like to be nice with. I don't know how you are with women because
I'm who I am.
Yeah,
you
and I don't know who you are. I mean, I
know this is you know me. I'm sensitive. I'm soft. But I set boundaries. I'm direct. I'm the same way.
Okay, I mean, I'm not I'm not sensitive.
I am.
There's situation. I'm not sensitive to the point where there's things that someone may say or do, and I'll be like, you shouldn't say this to me, or if you like, there's certain things that it's just like, okay, this is wild. Like you don't. Like, for instance, if you're in a relationship, comparing yourself and another partner...
That's not good.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Just be like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of relationship is this? You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what I mean when I'm... It's just like, as far as sensitivity, that's the only thing this is like, that's a triggering type.
I just meant sensitive as in, like, if you say something, don't just arbitrarily say words. Like I'm going to take it how you say it. Like not like my feelings are just constantly getting hurt, but I mean I'm listening. I am actively listening and processing emotions and perspectives. Like I'm sensitive to those things. But I think that the major takeaway for this, once again, it hurt, right? But I feel so much better because I took responsibility for it, and I think that's one of the major takeaways for just in general. But also, we just need to stop trying to change people and stop trying to think that they're different than they are, and actively take them as they are. And this is something that, of course, we can, as men, can do better. But I think that women, they really try to see the best in people and they try to change people. And it's just like when they get hurt or when something happens, then they want to blame the man. And it's just like, no, you take responsibility, for who you picked. Take responsibility for the people in your life. You saw what this person was doing. If you meet a man and he has a girlfriend and he breaks up with you or he's cheating on you or cheating on his girl with you, when he does it to you, whose fault is that?
100%.
Whose fault is that? We want to blame the man for that, but it's like, no, he showed you who he was. You chose to then try to change him and think he won't do that to me. And then when they show you, we're upset. So I think that in general, if we all take responsibility for the people that we're with and the people that we're deciding to date or to be friends with, then life will be a little better, right? I was really able to get over that situation really fast.
You look a little thirsty, man.
I look thirsty?
Yeah. Take a little sip of water.
I look thirsty right now?
Literally thirsty. Yeah, take a little sip. Go ahead.
This doesn't make any sense. If you see someone get hit by a car, you see someone walking across a busy street and they get hit by a car, do you then walk out into the street for your opportunity to get hit and then blame the car? It's just like, if you see someone doing an action, you can watch from a distance. This person's doing this action. You're going to put yourself in a position to get that same action. If you don't like it, it just doesn't make a sense. Yeah. It's cool when we use inanimate objects and stuff. It's like, obviously I'm not going to put my hand on a buzzsaw, but it's like, that's what you're doing. You're putting your hand on a buzzsaw. But I will tell you, some people, you don't know them long enough to get the signals, or you get the signals really last minute. I think some people are just like evil. Like, and this is not the majority of the time, but there are those instances where people are just evil and they're manipulative and they will do things for whatever reason to hurt you. For whatever reason, maybe it makes them feel good to do something to you that was done to them. So they go out of their way to create a scenario where they're on the giving end of it versus the receiving end. So sometimes that happens, but it's not even close to the majority of the time. But I will acknowledge that those people exist.
You've never stood anyone up?
No.
Actually, when we say stand up, we mean we're going to go to place XYZ at XYZ time. I pretend like I'm going to go and I just don't come.
Yeah.
No. I've never done that.
I've never even come close to that.
Not even close.
I've never done that either. Like there would be a time where I made plans with a girl, and on the day I was just like, I don't even feel like going.
That happens.
Like I don't feel like meeting.
I've done that. Or something happened. I just recently I was supposed to meet up with somebody, and then I just didn't feel good.
Like I don't want to do anything. and the funny thing is like, you can tell, I guess, based on the interaction that you have with the woman, if you're going to meet them.
Yeah.
And she didn't give me that vibe that made me get excited. Like, hey, you know what? I'll look forward to seeing her, because like our communication prior to us meeting was not even there. Like we weren't even talking or anything. We just made a time, maybe a few days prior, like let's say 5 days prior, like, hey, let's meet up on this time. And that was it. And there was no communication in between. And so it's just like, it's like knowing that, it was like, nah, this is not even going to work. Because if you're actually interested in someone and you want to get to know them, you would be communicating up until that point, you know, talking little, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be an in-depth conversation, but at least subtle messages that shows that there's some sort of interest that's leading up to that particular point. You know, maybe y'all would expound. Let's say if you go, hey, we're meeting at the art gallery. Maybe you all would talk about something that has something to do with art leading up into that moment. And because I always know there's always an awkward moment when you make plans with someone, because it's like, okay, this is set, that is it, you know. But being able to, you know, just communicate in between that will give you more than enough motivation to look forward to going out. But if you don't have that, it's a wrap. I'm not looking forward to none of that.
And when a woman is interested, you know, there's no. And even when a busy woman is interested, you still know. They're very intentional. Women are very intentional. They're going to. I meet women. I meet very extremes. Like, I'll meet women who I am everything in a bag of chips, and then I'll meet women who could not care less about my time, my emotion. Like, it's so extreme. It's very rare that I meet the ones that are in the middle, that are just kind of like, I like them sometimes, you know. That's rare. So it's just one of them things where, yeah, once again, we can't blame them. You spend time with the people, you talk to them. You'll know if a woman's interested. It just is what it is.
I went on a date in the past, and several dates. And when I go on dates, it's typically something that's nice. We either go to a comedy show, maybe we'll go to a concert, and then we'll vibe out afterwards. So I typically do something that's memorable in a sense. And so this girl that I went out on a date with, we met on a dating app and linked up, had a nice little conversation, got to know her a bit, and everything was solid. We met at some actually it's a pretty cool place where you play volleyball at. It's like you play volleyball and then they have like food on the inside or whatever. It's actually a pretty cool place. And we played volleyball. I actually saw some friends up there. Oddly, just like,
people be doing stuff, man.
Yeah. I was like, oh, snap. I said, how y'all get here, And it was a nice little thing, And so we had a nice time. Took her back to the crib. I mean, not do anything. Just took her back home.
Took her to her house.
To her crib.
Because you the way you said that.
Made it seem like, take her back to the crib. Nah, I wasn't none of that. But then, after that, we continued to talk. And then we set up another date. This date we went to a comedy show. We went to go see, what's his name? Maybe Sebastian. I think it was Sebastian. Skonowski, whatever. He's so funny. And, we had a nice time. And even during that time when we were, when we linked up, I was doing something in my pockets while we were walking to the venue. And then I guess she assumed I was trying to grab her hand. And so it was I was making sure I had my keys or whatever. I was looking for my keys. And then my hand got next to her and she started grabbing my hand. I was just like, oh, this is a little awkward because I'm not trying to grab your hand right now, But she reached out. So I just kept holding her hand, And so with my other hand, I was looking for my keys. Right. And then she said, oh, you weren't trying to grab my hand? I was just like, no, I was actually looking for my keys. But, but we had a nice little interaction after the show. I even let her, watch these we had a conversation about Kevin Samuels. So, you know about Kevin Samuels? And she didn't like Kevin Samuels or whatever. She didn't like his approach or whatever. But she says that a lot of stuff that he says, it does make sense. But the way that he talks to the people, she doesn't necessarily agree with. And I said, okay, I can see that because sometimes I'd be like, yo, you need to relax. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And then, we got into a conversation. We just talking later, through our text conversations after that night. We got into conversations talking about things that are important as far as being in a relationship. And far as I guess where you draw the line in the sand type, things that are required, and if they don't have this, I can't be in a relationship.
Deal breakers.
Yeah, deal breakers, man. I couldn't look for that word. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Steve wasn't even trying to.
I know.
I didn't realize that you were. I mean,
but so it's deal breakers, and she mentioned religion, and I don't follow any particular religion. I just respect and learn from it, but I don't praise an entity like this is my God or whatever. And she follows religion, and I think it was Catholic, maybe, or whatever. She was Catholic. And she said, oh, but you have on your profile that you're spiritual. I'm just like, yeah, I am a very spiritual person, very spiritual, but I don't follow a religion. And then from that point on, that was it.
Why do you always give the girls an accent?
An accent?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He don't know he does it. Isn't that normal though?
I give him an accent?
Yeah, you give her no. There's a difference between just using a voice, but
what kind of voice did I give her?
You gave her an accent.
Well, maybe because
did she have an accent?
I don't think so, but she was mixed with. She was Asian, black, and
maybe she had an accent.
I can't remember. I don't think she did. No.
It's something that I've just heard. I don't know.
I didn't notice I didn't accent. I'll imitate a voice, but
nah. But when you imitate somebody, you just give them a little something. But you always give them a little accent.
Did I say? What religion are you?
Nah, man. What religion are you? Chris knows what I'm talking about. You give him a little accent.
Are you slave to the emperor? No, I wasn't. No,
so she didn't like that.
Nah.
Well, I mean,
but she was a nice woman.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing is,
that makes
a lot of people are chained by their traditions.
Mm-hmm. Watch out now.
No, I'm just saying, a lot of people are chained to their traditions.
Yeah.
Religion is tradition.
That's correct.
So that's what it is. It's just like some people religiously celebrate Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's a problem for them.
Right.
I've had several women.
Yeah.
Because I tell them, like, yo, I don't celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving. I don't do any of that stuff. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know, and some people are okay with having some leeway there, and other people feel like they have to do things a certain way in order to get a certain outcome.
Yeah, I mean, I let it go. I didn't process like, okay.
I think that day one, or at least, you know what I'm saying, within the first day of communicating, if you have strong beliefs like that, or if you have deal breakers, just say it.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just had this conversation maybe last night. I'm like, if you don't want a smoker, why are you going on a date with somebody who you haven't asked, do they smoke?
Yeah.
That's just illogical to me. I'm a very open-minded person. I would say smoking is a deal breaker for me.
Absolutely.
Most people, you'll
cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. Okay.
Most people you'll know ahead of time.
Black and Miles?
Are we talking about the occasional I smoke a black while I'm drinking, or what?
I don't anything that has tobacco in it.
Hookah has tobacco.
I mean, hookah's okay. I mean, but
So
most
yeah, so
people
you're
don't
talking
go
about
ahead
the
with
combustible version of
Cigarettes,
something.
typically.
Cigarettes, Black and Milds, Dijon,
Cigars.
cigars.
Cigars are okay because you really only smoke those for taste.
So that's why I said so. The Black
Cigarettes,
and Mild thing.
cigarettes are painful.
Cigarettes, they have their own
They
smell.
literally
I'm an
tell you that
ex-smoker.
I will give you cancer. People are like, okay, let me get
All
cancer.
right, well, I mean, listen,
It's addictive.
I used to be ex-smoker.
It's
I know,
addictive.
and every
I know
time
some
you
people.
smoked,
we don't gotta talk about me.
oh, okay.
Hey, don't get all open arms.
I'll be like,
I know.
I'll be like, yo, let me try that.
I know
Let
you
me try
even
that.
throw
Let me
my
try
cigarettes
that.
out.
Let me
You
try that.
break them like.
But you know what, man? That actually speaks volumes, because being able to break that habit of smoking is not just a mental or a fixation thing. It's a chemical thing as well.
Yeah.
So somehow through your process, you've been able to accomplish all the things you've accomplished, and also break that habit as well.
Yeah, you're right. Forgot about that.
You ain't been sneaking away no cigarettes, have you?
Do I smell like?
No, man. You be having those waffle cone candles. Be trying to hide the
I
scent.
got rid of it, man. I got rid of it for you, man. I got a stress-free eucalyptus.
Did you trade it back in?
I did.
Okay, good. Okay.
But you only trade them up to a certain point. So
you're good. Okay, good. I mean, you didn't have to, but
I care.
Yeah, the
I'm a
unused
nice
candle
guy.
or the used candle you traded?
You can trade in a used only with. I mean, I don't know if anyone else is like this, but Bath and Body Works.
Well, they make so much.
BBWs.
They make so much money off those candles. The markup on those candles has got to be crazy.
Me,
you love some
BBW,
and we know.
Hey man, what you trying to say, man?
I think you just said
I be
it.
saying that the house be smelling like candles all the time.
I love me. Listen, I be having. If you, I got some small BBWs. I got
Oh my
one.
God.
I got some big BBWs.
I mean,
Right. I got some.
all we ever see.
I got some brown BBWs. I got some
Talk
dark
about taking something out of
BBWs.
context.
I got some white BBWs. I got a lot of those.
Wow.
or had.
I got all kinds of BBWs.
Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works. I love candles, man. Sensory is one of the ways that I cope. So candles, incense.
So what did you get in place?
Stress relief. It's
like a stress ball.
No, it's a eucalyptus.
Boys in the Hood?
It's a eucalyptus, like lavender or something. I forget. It's eucalyptus and something else. But they have an aromatherapy line. So when I got something that you didn't like, I said, let me go out of my way and get something that he probably will like. So I went.
It's just the fact that if you're downstairs and you're lighting candles and I'm upstairs and I can smell it, I'm just like,
it wasn't.
I'm looking around like,
it's
like, damn, nigga, I need to tell did I leave something?
It's a weird smell. It's a little bit. It's very strong, and it's very weird. It was a seasonal summer candle. It's called Summer Board.
Those are the worst candles I've ever.
I got a lot actually. I got a couple of them. So This is the first one that
You still got the receipts for those?
You don't have to have the receipt.
Oh, you can just take them back.
You can take them back.
yeah.
Where else is he gonna get that from?
Yeah, true that.
It's
just
got
take it
their
back.
branding on it.
Oh, shit. So you can just take it back and get your money.
I did, but I've never returned any before, so I couldn't remember how much you can have burned.
But
and I had,
the amount you had was good enough.
That was just
Yeah.
the one day
it was,
because
So you basically, it was a 3-week. So I mean, it lasts hours.
So
long
what are they
time.
doing? Do they melt them down and turn them into new candles?
I don't think
That's
they
what
turn
I
them into new ones. I think that they probably would just melt it and then, or I mean, the markup is so crazy. They probably just say, forget it.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Those candles, what started like $20 for like the
The big ones,
the big
$24.50.
25. Okay,
Right, $25. They probably cost the actual wax after you create the scent, the research and development,
Right,
5
right.
cents.
Yeah.
I mean the actual wax
plus the
itself,
glass container.
Well, I'm talking about just the wax because you have plenty of glass, right? I mean, maybe what? So I mean, they're getting them in. I mean, by the hundreds of thousands. I mean, they probably have their. They may make their own. I mean, they probably cost even $1 to make between the wax, the material, everything, and your card.
at shipping costs and things. It probably get to the shelf for $5.
I mean, they're charging 25.
Yeah.
You catch a deal, right? They're 15. They're still making $10. So it's a
And
great.
people buy them
my God.
like they're Girl Scout cookies.
I mean, listen.
They don't be lines like Jordans, but
Don't go. Oh, what?
for
Absolutely.
Jordan lines.
I've stood in plenty of lines.
Jordan lines.
I have. Okay, well, when you talk about Jordans, you're talking about just a release or a sale. So
definitely a release.
So okay, so they don't
They don't
really.
put
So yeah,
Jordans
so I
on
mean, they'll do. So they'll do a release of a new season. There's not a line, but when they go on sale, you're absolutely in line.
What gave you your interest in candles?
I don't know where it started from or where it sparked from. I never really thought about that.
Do you think it's a feminine thing?
I don't think it has anything to do with feminine because I didn't.
You didn't.
I wasn't getting candles for women because I didn't have no women. I had no BBWs. I had no women.
Yet.
So it wasn't anything of that nature. But I know that at least now, understanding where I am, I understand that for me it's a coping mechanism. So I would have to really take some time to think about it and see where I started loving candles and find out what the trauma was in that moment, like what happened to get me to then want to like use them for that because it's stuck now. So something happened, but I've never even thought about it.
I gotta get some incense or some oils or something.
Yeah, man, I got all kinds. I got doTERRA. We got. You can't see it, but there's doTERRA off to the side right here, blowing. I got a line impurity in there.
Got the energy going good. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Well, I'm glad that the story that I told you about the girl. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You really didn't know?
I knew.
Okay.
But sometimes, because that's like when you hear someone, it's just like, are you not listening to what you're saying right
You just
now?
want to get confirmation that you're not tripping.
Hey, make sure I'm not bugging.
Like,
And that-
Mel, you
and-
probably could have done this better.
And that's why I didn't want to let y'all know it was about me.
Okay, got you.
Because I didn't want y'all to. I mean, I know y'all wouldn't do that in general, but they don't know our relationship.
You know what though? You know what? In general, I think looking at things that you could do better, it's a good practice, but it's not a focal point for me at all. Because like, I don't know, like to me it feels like almost like focusing on the negative. I think I'm getting more in tune with like vibrations for real. Like I know everybody says it is super, super trendy right now.
Man, but I know what you mean.
But like vibrations are so important because there's certain things that people will do and say and how they'll treat you. And depending on the vibe, you can receive it differently.
Right.
You know what I mean? Looking for what you can do better all the time isn't necessarily going to be beneficial. Things should feel organic when you're having conversations with people. Like these are just conversations about, hey, do you want to go out? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we butting heads about? Like, that's a much greater problem. Like, we shouldn't even.
It was never meant to.
It should never
as
be
a friend. As a friend.
Like this is we are beyond. Well, what can I do better? Because like I just feel like it's not going to get
never
better.
meant to.
It's not. Like I have disagreements with people understanding their personality. When I understand someone's personality, someone I've spent time with, I allow them grace in certain areas and aspects because I know that's just how they are, and they're not either actively working to address that or they aren't aware of it. But usually if you my friend, I'm going to make you aware of it. And then I have already made the decision that that's not a deal breaker for me for whatever type of relationship we have. Like, I'm cool with that. So I think what would be a better thing to do, I mean, as you're getting to know someone, okay, cool. But if you just meet somebody, like you've known them for less than a month and y'all have this type of energy, this isn't going to work. Like friendship, relationship, business, like it's not going to work. There's too much distance between you. And I'm not saying this for everybody, but most people are not looking to close those gaps. They don't, because in order to close a gap, you have to take accountability.
Radical responsibility.
And it's very rare in our culture that people actively want to take accountability. Most people are going to go on the defense. They're going to play the victim. You know what I mean? It takes someone being intentional about growth to see when they, okay, you know what? I need to take accountability for this. I could have said this better.
So hard.
Steve does it all the time.
Because you always feel like you're the bad guy. You always feel like you're wrong. You always, and then you open yourself up for the other person to be like, yeah, see you, and it's just like, it's hard. And I open myself up to that all the time. And when you walk away from that, you have to walk away knowing that there's hurt there, but then there's growth. And the other person, unfortunately, probably is not going to grow from that interaction.
That's why I typically, like, just based on interactions or experiences that I've had in the past with other people, I always question, did I approach this the right way? Because I know how I view things is typically going to be different than how other people would. You know, so that's why I typically dissect.
That makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Because otherwise I'm just like, this to me it's like, just be respectful to someone. And like, if you don't want to do like, if you don't want to do something, or if you do, just express that, you know. Or it's just like, because like that amount of time is insane to me. I was like, this was literally the same day.
If you would have said 2 or 3 days later, completely different situation.
Absolutely.
I'd have been like, nah, you're wrong. Like the same day, hours later, oh no, she's tripping.
Even if, and I'm stretching it, even if it would have been 24 hours, I would have looked at it a little differently. But the same day, because at least, okay, let's say we're talking at 5, and then you don't get back to me that day. It's like the next day. Okay. The other thing too to consider is how much time is between now and the event. If it's if there's 7 days between now and the event, you don't need to make plans with someone 7 days ahead of time.
Right.
Because also another thing that I developed just dealing with women and dating, I don't plan a week in advance. Someone's gonna say, Chris, these are just the women that you talk to. You can say that, that's fine. But Kevin Samuels has been proving that's not true. But I'll make plans with a woman a week in advance, 5 days in advance, even 4 days in advance. And it's almost always going to fall through. That's why and I was conditioned, hey, what are you up to tonight? Like, that's the reason why men do that a lot. Now, there's the other portion of men that do it because you're not really that important to them. And that can be hard to decipher. So I get it. But more than 3 days? No.
I mean, I haven't had many interactions where plans have fallen through with women that I plan to meet up with.
Me neither.
In that span of time.
You're telling me that when you make a plan to go out with a woman, they don't cancel on you?
Nah.
When you say many, I mean, when you like
that one time that I met up with some woman, like. And that was the only time I ever got stood up.
Not stood up, canceled.
But being canceled.
Meaning, okay, today we're going to say we're going to do this. Maybe a day before the time or even 2 days, hey, something happened, can't go do it.
It may have happened, but that's not the norm.
You don't, it's probably just, it's not a highlight. Because you've told me.
No, there's been people that would change it to a different day because of things.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it's not a consistent thing. Like it just like it's more rare than often.
Listen, if it's 20% of the time, that's a lot to me.
Because
you know
even my ex-girlfriend, my last relationship, when we were first getting to know one another, we were scheduled one day, but she let me know like, hey. She didn't want to leave her mom by herself or whatever, you know, because she's not from the country, and it was during the pandemic. I don't know, but yeah. So I was just like, okay, cool.
But that's a different scenario. So let me be more clear. Like I'm talking about never met this person before. This is not someone.
I never met her. At that time. I never met her.
I'm not talking about somebody that we have any type of contact. Like we've been dating for a while or whatever. We've been on dates before. I'm specifically talking about like first time meetings.
As well.
I have had. Also, our experience is vastly different, meaning the quantity. I've dated probably 100 times more girls than you have. So I have a lot more exposure. But
area codes.
Wow.
Ho? I thought Chris was gonna chime in.
No, because you're playing me.
You know Chris ain't never gonna chime in.
Never gonna chime in when we do this.
You know what, man? Y'all be sneak dissing like I don't. Y'all try and make it seem.
We not sneak dissing. We ain't got no BBWs.
I ain't got no melanated
Y'all be
queens.
trying to make it seem like I just be running through them.
Yes, you. This dude was like, I've been on hundreds of dates.
I'm 37. And I have been active in the dating market the majority of the time. I've only had 3 real relationships.
Chris be like, yo, I thought it was just 414 and 304.
Y'all are both
tree. What you gonna do?
Y'all are both the type of people that you meet someone, you either fall in love fast.
Here we go.
See, now you get personal.
Now you get personal. Y'all the type of dudes that just fall in love with all these girls out
just
here.
Just because we have feelings.
Just because we have emotions.
Listen, I'm not trying to play you. I'm just saying.
Got an icebox where heart used to be.
Y'all probably would have had more dating experience if you didn't like lock into a girl so quick. That's all.
You know what's funny? I mean, I could see that. I definitely see that. But like, if I feel an attachment with a woman, and like we're like, yo, she is giving the same vibe. I mean,
I'm not against that. I'm not against that. You know what I mean? I will say that
Chris said I'm high value. I keep my options open.
No, like
I like to let the woman know who I am.
Yeah.
And I just be me. Like I have intentions, you know. And I mean everything that like Chris, he's taught based on his experiences, I've learned that there's certain things that I do need to implement within the dating scene, you know, based on, you know, just especially as of late, like
we're going speed dating, man.
I gotta help y'all, man. I gotta get y'all in the game. Get your boots strapped up.
I don't want to be in the game.
I mean,
man.
you don't have to be. You don't have to be. You can be single.
I ain't in the game right now.
You could be single. You could just be alone.
I took myself out.
I'm chilling right now. I'm focused. I have so many things to work on. So many things.
I'm out the game right now.
There's no rush. Yeah. We got plenty of time. People think I'm lying when I tell them my age. Like, bro, I'm good.
You said 37. I was like, are you 37?
Right. I even, I got him. Yeah.
Somebody told me, they were like, how old are you? I said, I'm 35. They were like, wait, what?
Almost 40.
I thought you was like 27, 28. I was like, nah. They were like, oh, you're like the dad of this group. I'm like, sure, okay, thank you. But they just didn't realize how old I was.
But that's important too, because you understand that someone that's lived 10 years more than you, especially adult years, their knowledge base is going to be much wider than yours. And there's a level of respect that you have when you know someone's age. Although I think you shouldn't judge people like that. But let's just be honest. You know, people do. They take these things into account. I'm going to take into account what comes out your mouth and how you hold yourself. But, you know, people, it's an interesting thing when people just know you like 20-something.
And you just know.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, bro, 35.
I used to cut people off, like as far as like giving chances and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, you were the king.
I used to, I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. It's done. And so for me, it's actually growth. to look at what I've done, what I do differently.
That's good.
In any interaction, you know, even in friendships or even in what you laughing for? Yeah, I trust me in any situation. I look at what could I have done differently, you know. Because I know a lot of people are much more sensitive than most
shots.
people. There's no shots. I mean, if you feel like
most people are a lot more sensitive than most people.
Yeah,
that sounds like some shady
people
stuff.
Are
that
more
you just
sensitive
saying.
than other people.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What
is that? Her? No.
Did we release this video already?
No. It would be fun if it was like linked up to your YouTube and it was actually live.
It was live.
She's calling you. It was a phone call?
How often do y'all talk on the phone?
Never. Have you ever talked on the phone?
Her ears are itching.
If you do not believe in the power of manifestation, this is it. We literally just talked her up. He's never talked to her on the phone before, and she called.
Okay, well, stay tuned
with that
for
said,
the
ladies and gentlemen,
exciting conclusion, because clearly we got some more content for you.
Whoa!
This has been the AOK podcast. I am that I am. Chris James, Stephen Michael. We'll see you beautiful people later. You all make sure you subscribe as well. And like the video.
And stay tuned for a reel to figure out what happened.
We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But it's all love. It's all love. I told her I was going to make a video about this.
Oh, well.
You know. But, all right. Peace and love.